Profit. Conscious Mind. The EP. Best rapper alive in here.
Best rapper alive. Where was I at?
Something, I'm the best rapper alive.
I'll tell everybody I'm the best rapper alive.
Talk that talk.
Fuck you haters, you can't tell me nothing, I'm a star. I bring the cash, I wreck the bar. Bring the girls in the menage, making babies, popping bras. Bring the bottles, bring the models, bring the bitches, bring them all. They want that cash, they want that money.
My name is Alberto Quintero, and my stage name is Prophet. The way the music started for me, as far as rapping goes, it was, friends that were like freestyling. And I started freestyling, and I was like, ooh, I just felt in the mode. Like, I was just, that was the spot, you know what I'm saying? So, like, everything just clicked. Everything clicked. Because rapping, it's kind of like skateboarding to me now. I don't even have to plan out what I'm gonna do. When I get my skateboard and I go to the park, I just go, I just skate. But like, it's the flow of it, Like, it's just like your energy and you're just like expressing yourself, and that's the beauty of it all. I didn't really have a rap name. It actually started off as like Mixtape Bethel, and then all of a sudden, it was like in my backyard, and I was like walking to our other house, and I was just like, Prophet. That's it. Like, everything just hit. Like, it was just like an epiphany, It was like, that's my name. It's Prophet. Well, if you look at the definition of prophet, it's just a leader, pretty much. And I'm a leader, and following me will lead you to the money. I'm gonna show you by like giving you the mindset of a hustler. Listening to my music will help you get to the money. Like, that was my thing. Like, so I went by like Prophet for the money.
Profit for the money. With the money, keep on hustling.
I feel like we made it. Can't tell me nothing. I feel like the greatest. Ain't hating on these rappers, so basic, free basing. They choosing to lose where they bases. The fools is abusing the matrix. Bowling with madness like March. Shooting 4 cases, 4 folk in the baby. Dope going crazy. They lost in their mind. Could get shot for
I knew this artist named Tory Crenshaw. He was like pretty much showing me what he was doing, because he was like more serious like about like the music and stuff, and he went to go record, he would go record at the studio of Takeover South. So like, he introduced me there, so I started going over there, and back then I was recording with John Papa, who's now Don Vito. Just one time when I was recording there, he asked me, if I wanted to be part of that team, and I was like, yeah. So then he started helping me with studio time, like, just come over and I got you, he believed in me, and I was very appreciative of that. I was just so hungry though, like, he didn't have enough time for me, right? So like, he started telling me, hey man, I'll show you how to record yourself, What ended up happening was I ended up getting my own equipment, so I could record myself, because now I had a studio, so now I started recording people, and it was what's funny is like, you get a studio and you're recording yourself, and you start recording people, and like the workload is so much. Like, rapping's easy. Rapping's so easy compared to like the mixing and mastering part of it, which a lot of people don't see. I learned a lot, and I showed a lot, because what I learned, I'd show too. Like, I'm not like that type of person. Like, I'm gonna learn something and be like, oh, you're not gonna find this, like this going, because if you know this, you're gonna top me. Like, no, man. Like, it's just like all love. Like, it's just, we're all working to prosper, so. And the way I started getting shows was through the internet, like, connections through MySpace, Reverb Nation, Facebook.
See you later, I'll be on the bus touring. Going around the world, living this life up. So guard your girl before we hook up like cups. Now everybody got it twisted like a couple of blunts. And I'ma fill up.
So once like I started putting out my music, it's like people started hitting me up. They like it, My first shows was actually paid gigs in Austin. I had to do 30-minute sets. 30 minutes, like that's a long set. It's like some people's whole mixtapes, right? But I had the material, because like I said, I was hungry, so I was putting out tracks, And man, I wrecked that stage. Like, I did not want to half step it whatsoever. I made sure all my lines was good. Like, I had all these songs memorized, 30 minutes of material just memorized. And, that's how I started off. So nowadays, like when I do a show and they're like, oh, you got 10 minutes. I'm like, that's easy. Funny, I had some jobs, and my boss, he was like, I told him about a show, let him know it was a historic event, and sure enough, he remembers this to this day, but the day after the show, I had to go back to work, of course. He was like, man, you better at rapping than this job. The reason I let her take over South is just, it was like there was a glass ceiling. Like I want to run my own thing. It's not like I could ever get to the top of Take Over South. Like it was never mine. You know what I'm saying? People hit me up like someone that worked with Warner Brothers. I did a track for them, but like I was doing a lot of stuff like I was getting offered and stuff like that. And there was just like a point in my life to where I was just like, it's happening. But being in the streets and selling, narcotics and being in that lifestyle, I just didn't know who was really there for me. Like, and it was like a scary feeling, like, damn, I think these people were just cool with me because I got what they want, I was just like, man, I gotta get rid of it all. I gotta learn, I gotta find out what is what. I wanted to stop. Dealing narcotics and all that stuff. And slowly but surely, like you just saw like people's real colors. And then like you have your real homies who are like there with you regardless, just because of the person you are, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm glad that I'm where I'm at now, like it's happening, and I'm so happy that it's now. So I knew I needed like an original project where like everything is I own. The whole point about Conscious Mind was like I wanted to think clear, like, cause I knew my adolescence years, I smoked, I drank, I popped pills, I done other drugs, and like people get to that point where like I can't rap unless I smoke, or like just stuff like that. Like I knew like just people, I need to smoke before I play ball. I need, just like things like that. Like people, I saw like people like using these things as a crutch. Like they can't do it without it. I didn't ever feel like I needed this stuff, but like I would be like, oh, I wanna go get high, or I wanna drink, or you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just wanted to rid my mind of that. So Conscious Mind is pretty much like that manifested to where like I made it a point to like be completely sober, even cigarettes, like completely sober for at least 30 days before I would even write one word for this project, So Conscious Mind is a big deal to me because like it's literally a part of reality, like had I not done this, like this tape wouldn't be here, like I was very strict on that, like at least 30 days. So I wrote this amazing work of art. I was rapping at this club in a contest, and I won the contest. So I won 5 beats from Let That Boy Cook, right? He makes beats for like Rick Ross and stuff. So like, to have exclusive beats like this is like thousands of dollars. Like I would say easily over $25,000. Once I got that, I was like, these are the beats, you know? I've always been in search of different studios like to go to, right? So I was working at this place, KGB, and one of my friends there named Sherm, he told me, you know, if I was serious about this, like I should check out his friend Dragon. And I went to go check out the studio. Saw a studio and I was blown away by everything.
Been at it like a bandit with the bangers like an action flick. Nothing ever promised, life's a gamble like
you just can like sense it about him, like you can pick it up off of him, like he loves what he does. Like he wants it to sound the best it can. Very knowledgeable and like everything musical as far as sound, everything, like, and he just has this passion about him too. So not only does he have like all the equipment that you could want, but he has a passion to make it sound good, like make it sound the best it can. I have Marcus on there, you know, doing like some ad-libs and some singing. Anna Jett, great vocalist. She's a singer on 2 of my songs. And then Novocaine, someone that I've been working with for a very long time. And he a legend in the game. Like he been solidified in the rap game. The one thing about the music is like, if you're real, you're gonna relate to it because like everyone kind of goes through the same thing, you know, just in different ways. And just having the realization that my son is gonna be a better person than me, because that's why I raised him to be. So like, if I'm out here, you know, selling drugs and you know, in that type of lifestyle, my son is gonna be better than me at that. So he gonna sell drugs better than me. He gonna, you know, be running the streets better than I did, right? Or I'm gonna show him, take advantage of the talents I have, make money off that, and he will be better than me at that. So he gonna take advantage of his talents and he gonna do something with himself, you know. So that's where I'm raising him now. So it's like, make the world a better place.
Your crime kill all kind, and I can decide my fate and my life. Don't try to patronize the ways of my life or the way to my grind. We the same in my eyes, and I just realized that I had to see to make a difference. Had a dream like the king with the same intention, bring peace to the world through the main selection. It took music with some soul.
You know, one thing that I realized is how to do it, because it was always like a puzzle piece, right? Like, how do I make the world a better place? I want to do it, but how do I do it? You know, how do I reach everybody? Music, right? Music. I could literally make a song that jam and, you know, lyrics will be in their head, right? Who wants to hear or be lectured about something? Nobody want to, you know, like, it's just one of those things like, man, don't tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't lecture me on that. I don't want to hear it. But if it jams and it's music, and then I can like subconsciously change people's minds.
Call it fate that we know the date. Could've missed you with just one mistake. Spread the love, explore the knowledge. Make that change like a broken dollar. Light the dark, what hope can offer. More than often, I felt lost, didn't know my options. I know gold diggers seem so obnoxious. I'll find my love and avoid the toxic. Drop the top and ain't coined the conference. Pimpin' hoes, that noise some nonsense. Love the flower, don't need that pilot. Love you right, that I could promise. Love your flower, I need that pilot.